Hello friends, and happy Monday. Today's the 19th of November and I'm sucking on a candy cane. These were just left over from a Christmas night that I had at work last week, so been loving it, and you know, just casually forgetting just how good candy canes taste because they're delicious. I have had a really productive morning. I have done lots of different chores, washing, go to the chemist, just do a few admin things, and I've just finished. I'll actually turn my sewing machine off. Iron is off, good. In my last vlog I did a test run of the next block I'm doing in my quilt along. So this one here, I made a mistake, yes. I was also having issues with the measurement, not sort of measuring up to 5.5 inches. So I really did it this morning with the new measurements that I've done, just to make sure that the pattern works and that the block actually turns out to be the right size that we want. And it does. I'm so happy. So this is the version I did this morning. It goes that way. So I just poured out some really crappy fabric in my stash. Look at that leopard print, yes. But yes, I'm really happy with how that went. I used a scant 1/4 inch seam on majority of the seams, so I think that's what we're going to have to do in the tutorial. I don't know whether I'm going to get the time to film this today, but if I don't, I will definitely be filming it tomorrow, and we'll definitely have the block tutorial up by the end of the week. Let's make it another goal. So that's what I've been doing this morning, and I have also been feverishly planning lots of fun little craft ideas for Vlogmas. Vlogmas starts in under 2 weeks, so not next Saturday, the Saturday after. Oh my gosh, I am really excited to do Vlogmas. I've been gathering lots of different Christmas things from work, like fabrics and stuff like that. I have maybe about 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 to 6 different crafts or sewing things that we're going to be doing. Plus I'm going to be doing my pajama tutorial during Vlogmas. I was going to do it this week, but I was like, let's make that a Vlogmas thing, because I know majority of you who watch are all in the northern hemisphere, so it's cold for you. It's not cold for us anymore. So I thought I'd do that pajama tutorial because it's more of a winter type pant. So I'll do that during Vlogmas as well, so it's coming, don't worry. I hope you don't mind me eating my candy cane while I'm talking to you. It's just so delicious. So today is Monday. I will be vlogging throughout all of this week because I actually have this whole week off of work. And then the next time I'm at work this week is on the weekend, so we have lots of time to get things done. So bring on the rest of the week. It's going to be a productive week. We're going to get stuff done. I have a list that is a mile long of things I need to get done. Especially before Vlogmas starts and before I'm really busy at work. But saying that, because I'm casual, I really don't know what my hours are. I don't know what I'm going to be working during December. I don't know how busy I will be with work. Oh, it's frustrating, but it just is what it is, and just gotta go along with the ride. Happy days. Good morning and happy Tuesday. It's the 20th and it's a Tuesday. I've already said that. Anyway, I didn't get a very good night's sleep last night, so I've woken up a bit grumpy and just not really myself. But I'm going to try my very hardest to break out of that, because I've got a lot to do today and I don't want to waste the day by feeling sorry for myself. Yeah, I did try and sleep in, but since about 20 to 6 in the morning, Charlie was just making noise, just being, I don't know, just being really unsettled all morning. And I got out of bed about 9 o'clock after he just kept barking and barking and barking at the neighbours. So it's just one of those things. But yeah, I don't want to waste the day. I want to get things done because I have a whole week of not being at work, and I want to utilize the time to get things done, to get ahead of myself before the time comes when I don't have the time to do that because I'm at work. So my goal today is to film both blocks 8 and 9 in the quilt along. I think I can definitely get them done if I apply myself. Yesterday, as I showed you, I did another mock-up of block 8, and it worked well, and I'm really happy with the measurements and all that sort of stuff. It is a tricky block. You have to really concentrate with what you're doing when you're making this block. So hopefully, the way that my mind is today, I won't make any stupid mistakes like I did in my last one or in the first one that I did. And I just hope I'm gonna have enough patience to film this today, because I want to film it today because I want to edit it before the end of the week. So that's what I'm going to do. I've just ironed the fabrics for it, and I just gotta set up my camera. I wanted to also do block 9 as well today, so that I have that sort of banked and done, and I don't have to worry about setting up the camera and filming it. So I'm pretty sure I have all of the fabrics for that. I know in that block I'm going to do another print, and it's going to be on a black background, and I think I have black homespun. I'm not sure. If I don't, then I'm gonna have to go and shop, and I don't really want to do that. Why is this not going in? Go in. Oh, there we go. This is the extent of my patience today, and it's never usually this bad. I just could not. I just didn't sleep well at all. I got to sleep sometime after 2 o'clock in the morning, and even then I was just like tossing and turning. And then Charlie woke me up at about 5:30, and I was like, oh my gosh, I just want to sleep, and I just couldn't. I think there's just so much going on in my head with everything that needs to be done by the end of the year, including work. Although I have a job and I work, what I do with you guys is always the first thing in my mind. It's always a priority to me. So I look at this as my job, even though I don't earn as much money as I do from my job at Spotlight. But this is like my important job, and my casual job is just like the job that I go to earn income. But this is what I love doing. This is what I want to do all day, every day. And yeah, it's just a shame that I don't earn a lot of money from it to be able to have it as a stable income, which stops me from doing it, because we need money, and I have a big holiday coming up next year and I need money for it. But you know, it is what it is. So this is what I'm thinking about. This is why I'm not sleeping. Anyway, I'm going to stop babbling and rambling and telling you about the inside of my head, and we're going to get filming. I'm really happy with the colour palette for this block. It's really pretty. The name of this block is called Cake Stand, so I've chosen delicious chocolates and pinks, and it just looks really yummy. So let's do it. Let's just do it. So I'm like halfway through filming block 8, and I've actually just had a bit of a break because my mind is so cloudy. I just had to stop. I'm halfway through. I'm up to this point here. I've just turned the iron back on, just turned my machine back on, and my tripod is just broken. Oh no! This is our current situation. So it's this little thing here. I don't know whether you can see it. Let's wait for it to focus. Oh, see that nice big crack? Yeah, so this won't hold my camera. This is what holds this bit here, so I can angle it and stop it from, and it should just stay there, but it doesn't. It gets to a certain point where it won't stay. So it will stay there. It'll stay there. there. Oh, there we go. So that's kind of the angle that I usually film on, and it just won't stay there. Like, that's tight as, and it just won't stay. Oh no. So I think there is a solution to this. My dad actually has exactly the same tripod as this because I bought him one, but only this morning I was thinking, man, I need to buy a new tripod because this is old. I've had this since I first started doing YouTube. So how long have I been doing this? 2014, I think. That's 4 years. Definitely 4 years. It has to be around that realm. So this tripod has lasted me for 4 years and it's now just carved it. So guess who's getting a tripod for Christmas? Me. But first I gotta go try and find Dad's so I can finish filming this tutorial, and I'll have to remember to turn the iron off. Goodness gracious. Success. We've got the other tripod. Bless my dad, he still has it in the plastic. Shows how much he actually uses it. Oh my gosh, it's so new. This is so shiny and new. There we go. So that's exactly the same as this one. So we should have the same type of angles and stuff like that. So it shouldn't be too much of an issue. Take this one off. Actually, you know what? I'm going to change this plate here that hooks it onto the tripod as well, because that is actually broken too. Oh dear, I think it's definitely time for a new tripod. This really isn't the right day for this. Oh my gosh, my head is so foggy. It's amazing how much having little sleep does to your head and how much it just affects doing anything and everything. Oh, it's so broken. Anyway, let's get back to it. Oh, so nice. Never realised just how old my tripod was. This is so nice to use. Anyway, oh, let's get back to it. So I was waiting for the moment for me to make a mistake, and I've made a major mistake, and I filmed it and everything. I'm like on the last couple of steps of doing this block, and I cut these rectangles at the wrong size. So instead of, I cut them at the 1.5, so that way is fine, but I forgot to cut them down to 3.5, so they're actually 4-inch strips, and it just wasn't working out. I'm like, this isn't working, and I just kept going with it until I realized I forgot to cut those rectangles down to the right size. So now I'm unpicking it, and I filmed this stage and everything. So instead of redoing the whole block again, which I don't want to, I'm just going to cut the ends of this down so that the rectangle is to its correct size. And I'm just going to film this step again because I don't want to film it all again. So through the tutorial I will be working with 4-inch rectangles, but just know that they're supposed to be 3.5, and don't do what I did and forget to trim them down to the correct size. It's one of those days. My concentration is just shot. It's just crazy. We will get this tutorial done. I've been filming now for, I think it's just gone over 2-3 hours. I don't know. I've got no idea, but oh my gosh, I just want to finish it. Success is finally mine after all of that trial and tribulation and everything going wrong. Almost just about. I finished the block and it's super cute. I love it. It looks so delicious. So delicious. Let's have a look. There it is, my friends. Pressed to death, might I add. I spray starched it and just pressed it just so I could get it to 5.5 inches. But It is finished and it looks lovely and yummy. So this block is called Cake Stand. I went with whites and pinks so it looks like icing, and then this bit looks like cake, and I don't know. I just thought I'd sort of mix it up and make it look pretty, and it does. I'm really happy with it. After all of the issues I went through making it, I'm glad it's done. This camera does not want to focus on me today. Actually, no, I don't really want it to. I look grim today because I'm so tired. I was going to film block 9, the last block today, but my enthusiasm for filming today has gone out of the window, so that ain't happening. I think I'm just going to just chill out this afternoon because my head's just not in the game, and I don't want to force myself to do anything else. So yeah, I think I might read. I am currently reading Harry Potter and the Chamber of Secrets via audiobook. Stephen Fry is narrating and it is the best thing I have done ever. So I think I'm going to do that this afternoon and maybe have a nap. I think that's what's going to have to happen.
Chapter 14. Cornelius Fudge. Harry, Ron and Hermione had always known that Hagrid had an unfortunate liking for large and monstrous creatures. During their first year at Hogwarts...
Good morning, friends, and happy Wednesday to you. I'm feeling a lot more cheerful and happy today. Very much more back to myself. I had a very, very good night's sleep last night and I'm happy again. Yay! Thank you so much for putting up with me and my weird grumpiness yesterday. I hope it didn't sort of bring down the mood, but you know, that's reality. That's what happens. And yesterday was what it was and today we're back happy and just amazed at just how much sleep can affect your mood and how much you can actually do and think, and I don't know, it was amazing. But anyway, today I'm going to be filming block 9. I was going to film that as well yesterday, but after the disaster I had with filming block 8, I just didn't have the patience. I was like, I just couldn't, you know, like the brain was just, it was just like, no. So what I did is I actually finished reading Harry Potter and the Prisoner of Azkaban. No. I finished reading Harry Potter and the Chamber of Secrets, and I started reading Harry Potter and the Prisoner of Azkaban. I love it. So I read the first chapter of this last night. It made me sleepy and I just fell asleep. And I have to tell you, if you are wanting to reread the Harry Potter books or even start reading the Harry Potter books, get it on Audible. Yes. Find it on Audible and listen to Stephen Fry narrate it to you while reading it. It will change your life. It is really, really good. I mean, he does read it at a slower pace than what I would read it if I was just reading it on my own. But he does all the voices, he brings the story to life, and I'm sort of reading it in a different way than I would as if I was reading it on my own, kind of thing. Like it's separate from what the movies are, it's separate from what I'm sort of thinking about it in my head. I don't know, so like I'm coming into reading this in a whole different way and learning the story in a whole different way. I'm just loving it. It's like I'm like rediscovering Harry Potter all over again. So I would definitely recommend reading Harry Potter while listening to Stephen Fry narrate it to you. Brilliant thing, best ever. So I'm going to stop procrastinating. No, me talking to you is not procrastinating. Vlogging is what I do. So I'm going to get into doing block 9. Holy moly. So I have them just to edit when I'm ready to edit them. I think I'm definitely going to have block. I keep forgetting what the numbers are. I will definitely have block 8 finished by the end of this week. And hopefully have block 9 done by next week, I think. And sometime in that period between work and everything else, I also want to try and get my advent calendar started. I'm really not sure whether to try and get that done before the beginning of December or have it available in the first couple of days of Vlogmas, I want you to let me know, what would you like me to do? Would you like me to try and have the advent calendar out before the 1st of December? Or would you like me to do it at least in the first week of Vlogmas? I'm really not sure. Let me know, and the majority of you who respond with what you think, I will do, hopefully. Let's get making. Oh, actually, I forgot. I actually need to put my battery on charge. I didn't do that yesterday. Crap. Ah. See, this is what happens when you've got a cloudy mind and you just ain't thinking. I've just popped you on my big tripod. Actually, it's not my tripod. As you all know, it's my dad's tripod. Because I just realised I'm not sure whether I have the fabric to make block 9 yet. I do have the print fabric that I want to use, that I was talking about the other day, but I don't know whether I have any black homespun. So this is my big basket full of just solid fabrics, all solids. And then I have another pile here on my desk behind my camera that I've been using for this quilt along. And I think I might maybe have black in here somewhere, maybe. I'm for sure I must have some, because I did a quilt for my brother and it was all blacks, like with all black and white fabrics. It was a monochrome quilt. So I'm sure I'd have stuff left over, because I sashed it in black. Was that black? I can't tell. Or is it like a weird blue? Is that black? Yes! Heck yeah! Okay, I'm happy with that. Okay, it's alright, crisis averted. So that is block 9. Whee! Happy days! Now I'm just going to put everything back. Great. Actually, to be fair, I didn't really get a lot out. It was just like 2 little piles. Nice. I like it when things just work. Why didn't they just work yesterday? Because I was tired yesterday, that's why. So it's a little bit later on in the day now. It's actually quite late. It's 7:45. And I didn't get very far on filming block 9. I've gotten like a quarter, maybe to halfway through, and I've run out of fabric glue, which is one of the things I am using in this tutorial. Tomorrow I want to go and buy some soil and stuff, because I've got some gardening to do. So I think I might have to pop in to Spotlight, I think, and pick up a few things so I can finish that tutorial. But anyway, it's actually begun to rain. That's nice. Yeah. Also, this spot has popped up today. And I don't know why. Anyway, sneak peek of block 9. That's how far I've got. I only got up to just basting my octagons, and I just sort of set it out in the way that it's going to look, and I really like that. It's going to look really, really great with all the other blocks. So happy day. Good morning and happy Thursday to you. Today's the 22nd. It is Thanksgiving today if you are in America. Happy Thanksgiving to you. We are actually celebrating Thanksgiving in our house today. It's something that we've been doing for the last 3 years, I think. And just because I think it's really nice to celebrate Thanksgiving and to dedicate a day to being thankful for what you have, being really grateful for the kind of life that you live, and yeah, just being thankful for all of the opportunities, as well as friends and family and all of the wonderful things that you have in your life. So we are going to be doing a Thanksgiving dinner of sorts tonight. So it's nothing like super traditional that Americans do or anything like that. We're actually switching off a lot of the foods that we're eating. So instead of turkey, we're doing chicken, and like instead of like having pumpkin pie and stuff like that for dessert, we're doing pavlovas, which is very Australian or New Zealand if you're one of those people who think that pavlovas came from New Zealand, which I think they did. But anyway, we're having pavlova as well. So I'm just about to go out and do a couple of errands. I'm going to buy a few things for dinner tonight, just a few like add-on things. But before that, I want to go to Bunnings, which is like a big garden home place, just to get some stuff for the garden. I need to get some soil, and I want to buy a sprinkler for Charlie. So one of those things you hook up to your hose and it, you know, puts water everywhere, because I really think he'd love that, because he loves playing with the water from the hose. He's really scared to get into the pool, so we've got to find some way to be able to cool him down when the warmer weather hits. But today it's actually really windy today, and there is a dust storm blowing through Sydney because of the drought in New South Wales at the moment. All of the red dust from the outback has sort of like been lifted up into the air by the wind, and some of the more northern regions of New South Wales have been hit by these big dust storms, and it's slowly making its way through Sydney and out to sea. So it's sort of hit us and it's sort of passed. So where I'm sitting at the moment, one side is blue sky, and then the other side it's like this really weird whitey dusty kind of sky. It's really odd, but it's really windy, a bit dusty, but you know, it is what it is. So I'm going to get going. I've been sitting here talking to you for over 3 minutes. This isn't getting anything done, so let's go and do what we need to do. So I think it's a bit windy. You can't really see me. Oh my gosh, it is so ridiculously windy today. Success minus one thing: I didn't get any soil for pots, and I didn't buy any pots either, but I did buy a few sprinklers for Charlie. I got this kid's one, so I think you like change all the different settings and stuff, so I think he's gonna have fun with that. And then like the other one is like a crazy daisy type thing. I don't know, it looked pretty fun on the picture. Oh, the most awkward thing ever. There. So that kind of thing. So I think he's gonna love them. And then I also just bought some fertilizer, and I bought the most beautifulest hydrangea. Oh, she's a bit squashed, and the wind has not really helped her very much, but I've been looking for a beautiful hydrangea for a very long time. I finally found one. I think I'm actually going to put this in the front seat because I don't trust it there. There you go. I don't think it's going anywhere. Nice. Oh my gosh. Car door. Oh my gosh. My car door almost flew off. But oh my gosh, look at my hair. And what have I done with my car keys? In all of that commotion. Oh my gosh. Jeez, I look like Hagrid or like Hermione or something. Far out, it's windy today. It's crazy. Like, the wind is so bad. Like when I put this on the ground, it like almost like rolled away. I've been looking for a beautiful hydrangea plant for ages. Oh, she's looking a bit sad. We'll give you a good water when we get home. But I actually do have to go shopping first. I'll quickly pop into Woolworths, which is a grocery store here, and then we'll go home and give the plant a nice lovely. Oh, she's a bit sad. Yeah, she definitely needs a little bit of love. I don't want to ruin her flowers, so there we go. That's better. Get that nice and tight there. Good. Okay. I swear, whenever I go into Woolworths, I always end up spending a small fortune. Why are groceries so expensive? My hydrangea is so not happy. It's gone all droopy from just being in the car for like 15 minutes. I popped in to get groceries. So I think I'm going to blast the aircon just to give it a little bit of coolness. I don't know whether it's going to work, but we will give it a go. And then when I get home, we'll give it a really good water, pop it in the shade, and yeah, see how it goes. But I cannot get over just how windy it is today. It's incredible. I almost got blown away coming back to the car. Freezing. So I've been home for a little while now, and I put my beautiful hydrangea in a really nice, lovely water bath because it really wasn't very happy in the car, and it's just starting to pick up now, and I'm very, very happy about that. There she is. So these ones here are still a bit droopy, but these ones here were drooping quite a lot, but now they've picked up, so I'm very happy about that. I'm happy that she's happy, you know. This afternoon I really need to start editing block 8, but I'm really not in the mood. I don't know, I'm too excited for our Thanksgiving dinner. I think we've got like all the vegetables here. This is the chicken we're having. It's a boneless chicken with tomato and basil stuffing. That sounds delicious. We've just got our pavlovas here, and I brought some passion pulp, and I've got strawberries and kiwi fruit in the fridge, some vegetables. I also bought some dinner rolls as well, and then in the freezer I bought I've got some sweet potato fries because we usually have sweet potato stuff for Thanksgiving, so got some of them. And I also treated us to a cheese board. I only got a really small one because cheese boards are expensive. This was like almost $9 for little sample cheeses, so I was like, oh my gosh. And yeah, that's pretty much it. Good morning, friends, and happy Friday. Today is the 23rd of November, and it's a lovely sunny bright day. Still really, really windy. It was so windy last night that I didn't really sleep very well. Again, goodness gracious, this week's sleeping patterns have just been all over the place. But I am a little bit more happier than I was on Tuesday, so that's a happy feeling. This morning I'm actually going to be doing a little bit of crafting before I dedicate the rest of the day to editing block 8. I had a friend ask me to put some flowers in these cages. She had these cages, there's actually 2 of them, they're really big ones like this, to actually put some flowers in them so she can hang them up around her house. And she asked me way back in April, I think, early this year, I think definitely April or May, or one of those, and it's only now that I'm sort of getting time to do it. She said there was no time limit. She said do it when you have time to, so there's been no sort of pressure. But they're coming over for dinner tonight, and I thought, well, let's make them so I can give them to her tonight, and just also to sort of get them out the way because they've just been in the way of my sewing room door, and I've just been bypassing them and stepping past them every time I come in and out of this room. So I'm going to dedicate the morning to get it done because it just needs to get done. So ages ago I bought all of these flowers from Spotlight. So I've got like fake little roses like this, a couple of beautiful hydrangeas. I got this one, and I had a white one here. Oh, there it is. And a beautiful white one. Look how beautiful they are. I love hydrangeas, they're so pretty. And then yeah, I've got lots of different sort of foliages and stuff like that. So I have dug out my trusty glue gun, and I've got plenty of glue sticks. I'm just going to cut down the stems and stick them in and around the bottom part, I think, and maybe just a little bit up the top. I'm not sure yet, but we'll see how we go. I just kind of have a bit of a craving to do some crafting and also just play with flowers because, as you know, I am a florist. I am a trained florist, but am unable to get a job because I don't have experience. Why? But anyway, I really wanted to play with some flowers. I really wanted to craft. I wanted to get my glue gun out. I'm just in one of those moods where I just want to be creative and craft and just make something. So that's what I'm going to do. Yay! And I will update you as I go along on my progress. So fingers crossed it works out well. though it took me maybe about 2-3 hours to do, but my cages are done and I'm so happy with them. This is the first one. So I just did a little spray on the front. There we go. Just did a nice lovely little spray, some ivy around the base, and then just popped a few little extras just up at the top here. Oh my gosh, I can't speak today. But yeah, that's the first one. Really happy with it. And then this is the second one. So again, a foliage at the front. Went a little bit crazy with foliage on this one. Got some gum here, but I still love it anyway. And then I did another spray up the top with just some leftover stuff. So yeah, I really like that one. And then with the leftover flowers, I just put them into a little bouquet, and I'm going to pop that on the little coffee table that I have out in the front room. So yeah, it's really pretty. I like that. I'm so happy. So that's one job done, and I absolutely loved doing it. I loved playing with flowers again, even though they're fake, but I still loved it. Oh. Anyway, I am going to now have some lunch because I'm hungry, and then I will get into editing vlog 8 this afternoon. Happy days.